If you are thinking about remodeling your house, if you are in the beginning stages of about to be remodeling a house, if you're looking at liquidating to remodel a house, here are my 10 biggest mistakes people make before remodeling. Number one, you don't use bank leverage. Use bank leverage. The banks are your friend in here. And I'm talking specifically about San Francisco because the price per square footage is so expensive. When you remodel a house, the equity goes through the roof in a dynamic market like San Francisco, New York, Boston, something like that where there's barriers to entry. So you want to leverage the bank. Don't use liquidity to actually start funding the remodel. Use the bank and come up with less liquidity, right? If I'm doing a remodel at $300,000, I'm giving the bank an extra 30 and making payments on it, right? Because I want the equity in there. So use bank leverage. Number two, you don't know enough about the contractor. This is huge, huge. You need to find the right general contractor and you need to know the due diligence. Most customers don't know enough about the due diligence process to actually find a great contractor. You want somebody that knows what they're doing, that has a track record, that can actually prove to you that they've been doing this for the trailing 24, 15, whatever months, whatever years. You want at least 5 years of satisfied customers. One great way, a little side tip that you can do to find this a little faster is use a Diamond certified company. Diamond certification is where a third party will test your license, test the contractor's insurance, and test the contractor's customers in reviews. They'll call them up, they'll say, hey, how was the service? What could they have done better? What did they do good? What did they do that you didn't like? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you put them? Number three, you don't have a clear vision of what you want for your remodel or what you vision. You're not clear on the fixtures or the type of floors you want. You're not clear on what's possible. You don't have any kind of examples. You need some kind of picture to where you can take to the general contractor. So when the general contractor will get that vision, you go back and forth until the general contractor really understands your vision. And if he's not getting the vision, if he's just, okay, yeah, I got it, that might be a red flag. You wanna make sure you can communicate your vision 100%. And the contractor is gonna help you fulfill that vision by picking out the nice floors, fixtures, color patterns, what looks good. Again, they'll probably consult with the interior designer to pull everything together. The professionals will, like us. Number four, you don't think far enough ahead in the remodel. You don't see the final product. You don't see yourself living in the remodel enough. So you start doing little things. Let's do the kitchen first. Let's do the bathroom first. And you just want to do the bathroom and not the whole living room, knowing you need more space, knowing your family's growing, knowing down the line you probably need a home addition. Okay, so if we bundle all these things together, you get a way better deal and you get a fully completed vision, and it's all done in one step. Number five, you don't have a clear understanding of the timeline. The general contractor and the project manager are gonna be very detailed. They should be very detailed on what the timeline is gonna be. Now, depending on the remodel, it can take 3 months. Sometimes it can take up to 4, 5, 6 months, depending on what we're doing. But a basic remodel, rule of thumb, 3 months, 4 months, but it happens in phases. And this is how the money should go too. You pay a little bit to complete a certain phase of the project. And then that's deadline one. So you'll have a full deadline broken up into little subsections that fully completes. This is probably one of the most hardest things for a general contractor to do. This is why professionals always hit the deadlines, right? Because they're seasoned in hitting the mark all the time. You need a well-oiled machine here. When you hire a general contractor, when you do a remodel, you need a well-oiled machine that has a system for scale. Do they have people? Do they hire people? Do they leverage other people's skill sets and resources? Do they have a business that's actually scalable? Okay, so we're looking a little bit past the general contractor, right? We're starting to look into business practices here. Number six, you don't think about layout changes. Layout changes are extremely important because feng shui, man, feng shui of the house. We need to make sure that the flow of it, the feel of it, if you have a family, kids running around certain ways, if you're single, like what does that look like? What's the flow of the house? And does the layout need to be changed? Okay, so a lot of people don't get creative enough here. Let your imagination run wild, man. This is your time. This is your remodel. This is a big deal. It's a massive deal here. So we want to make sure that the remodel, you just have full creativity. 100% creativity. I guarantee you what you can think of, a company like Edri Construction can make happen. Number seven, you don't think about city requirements. Okay, when was your house built? Okay, does it have an extra additional dwelling unit that's not permitted yet? Okay, does certain electrical need to be upgraded? Does certain plumbing need to be rerouted? Did the city change things on you and they don't apply to you yet because you haven't done any changes? So think about what has to be done and trust a professional to get it done. Number 8, you go too cheap. You try to skimp on the remodel, you try to skimp on the materials, which is not good for long term. Look, if you're gonna do a remodel, you gotta do it right. There's an old saying, do it right, don't do it twice. And this 100% applies to doing a remodel. We wanna make sure that we're doing quality materials and we wanna make sure that they're getting constructed in a quality way, right, from a craftsman. So, you know, laminate, instead of doing hardwood floors, they do laminate, which is okay. But the laminate sometimes will do is like a millimeter thick, okay? It's not enough, right? That's gonna go away in a couple years and start scuffing and breaking and okay, so don't skimp the remodels, don't go cheap, go all in. Number 9, you don't remodel as a whole. We talked about it a little bit earlier, just doing the kitchen, just doing the bathroom. Do the whole remodel so it makes sense. This way, the colors, the fixtures, the patterns, everything that you're putting together all makes sense. You don't want to be doing one room here and then have it totally different and then have the feel of a house. We talk about this all the time. Real estate is all about feeling. Can I get the buzz? Can I get the feeling? Does it feel cozy? Whatever look you're going for, whatever feel you're going for, make sure it reflects. And we do that by doing a whole remodel at one time. Number 10, you don't trust yourself. You don't go with your gut. Always make sure that you go with your gut. Every construction company will tell you we do quality and we do great and we can do this and we can do that. So make sure you trust your gut. Make sure you go with who you feel would do the best job and make sure they're proven enough to do the big job. This is your remodel. You are worth it. Make sure that they put the customer number one. So those are my 10 biggest mistakes people make before they do a remodel. Make sure you follow us on all the social channels. If you're getting value from this, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. If this is very, very insightful for you, we're gonna continue to do this. We want to give you the behind the scenes of what we're doing as a company. We want to give you behind the scenes of what we're doing in the construction space. So make sure you follow us, subscribe to us. If you're in the market for a remodel, please, I beg you, let us come out there, give you a free 3D mock-up. You want to get, I've seen so many people get burned. You want to get quoted by a true professional that puts the customer first. Call us today. Hope you had some value. See you on the next one.